Alright, we're going to be teaching Tesla Love Song. It's in the key of D major. And so basically the chords, I'll just show you the chords so you just know the backing. Just a D major. It's at your 2nd fret, 3rd, 2nd fret G string, and a high E string. Then the 3rd fret of the B string, and the open D string, which we all should know that chord anyways. Then you have a B minor chord, basically borrowing the 2nd fret from the A string on down, 3rd fret B string, 4th fret D and G string. And then there's also a G chord in there. You all know the G chord, the 3rd fret of the low E, B, and high E string. And you're basically strumming everything, but you're trying to mute out the A string in there. So you just want that middle finger kind of just slightly touching the A string. Then you can strum down. But anyways, it starts here on the 8th fret. The little, what is it? The 8th fret of the B string. You're going to want to hit that and the D string at the same time. Then he does a pull off to the 7th fret B string, 5th fret B string, and back to the 7th fret B string. Then he hits the 3rd fret B string like 3 times. Comes over here to the 14th fret, the 12th fret, and the 10th fret. Then he plucks that 14th fret high E string and the open D string. Plucks that twice. And he does a pull off to the 12th and 10th frets. Then it starts into the fun part. So it starts with the 2nd fret high E string and the open D string. Then he hits the 3rd fret, and then a quick hammer on and pull off from the 2nd to the 3rd. Then he hits the 2nd fret of the B string with the open A string. Then he walks up to the 3rd fret B and the 5th fret B. So that together we have. Then he bars that B minor chord. Then I did show you how to play that, so I'm not going to go over that again. So here he hits the A string and the B string together. Then he hits the D, G, B, and G string. Then he goes to the 3rd fret, low E string, hits that, hits the low E string and the B string. Then he hits the 2nd fret B string and the 3rd fret B string. So slowly together we have. Then he does, and this actually isn't part of the song, but I think it just sounds kind of good in the song. He has the 7th fret B string, 5th fret low or high E string. So you want to pluck those both and the open D string. Then Then he hits the 7th fret of the high E string. Then a hammer on and pull off from the 5th to the 7th. Then we go over to the 2nd fret of the B string, just the B string there. Then we hit the open A string, the bass note, and then we hit the B and high E strings. Then we come over here to the 2nd fret of the B string, 3rd fret B string, 2nd fret E string. And then he comes here to the 5th fret B string, 3rd fret E string. And then the same thing, the B chord, but this time you're plucking that high E with it. So you still have the A and B string, but you're also adding that high E. And the same thing, D, G, B, G. And so that part we have so after that part right there, he goes to 2nd fret A string, 3rd fret B string, and then the 2nd fret B string, and just hit the open A and B string. Then he does the 3rd fret low E and the 5th fret B string. So you have that 3rd fret low E and the 5th fret B string. Then you have the 3rd fret low E and B string. And then you're also going to pluck the D, G, B, and G string. Then you're just going to bar basically an A chord. Then the same picking pattern, hit the open A and B string. G, or D, G, B, G. Then here, we basically have the 2nd fret of the low E string and the G string, and the 3rd fret of the B string. Same picking pattern, but the bass note is on that low E. So low E and B string. Then you hit the D, G, B, and G, and he repeats that twice. So, together we have then we have the 3rd fret of the low E string, and hit the open B as well. So E and B. Hit the 2nd fret of the B string, and then the 3rd fret of the B string. Then you have the 2nd fret of low E and D and G strings, and hit both of those strings. And then come to the 2nd fret of the B string, hit that, and 3rd fret B. And then you have a little slide from the 3rd fret B string, hit the open A with it as well, slide to the 5th fret, and hit the 3rd again. Then do a little hammer on and pull off from the 2nd fret of the B string. And And then back to the second fret of the low E and G string. Hit those two, and then the second, and then the third. Then repeat that again. Then he ends with the A chord. Alright, so that should be about it for that lesson. Let me play it one more time through fully. And then the next part he does, of course, is the super fast, the 4th fret G string, pulling off to the 2nd fret. So 4, 2, all on the G string, and the open G. And I can't exactly play it that fast. But anyways, that's the song. And that should be about it. And then he does and then to the verse. So that's it, so peace out.